what do these two things have in common? Walking 100 kilometers in 29 hours straight and improving your business English, they actually have a lot more in common than you might think. And I want to tell you a little story about this fantastic experience that I had recently. It was doing the Oxfam Trail Walker. Now, what is the Oxfam Trail Walker? It's a walking event. You have 30 hours to walk 100 kilometers as a team of 4 people. So you have to walk together the entire distance. So like no sleeping, you've got to stay together with your team because it's all about solidarity and things like that. So what is Oxfam? According to their site, it's a global movement of people working together to end the injustice of poverty. That means they tackle the inequality that keeps people poor. Because in reality, 1 person in 3 in the world lives in poverty. And Oxfam is determined to change that by, mobilizing the power of the people like you and I to fight against poverty. So what we did, this was my 3 teammates and I, we had to raise 1,500 euros to participate in this 100-kilometer walk and donate that money to Oxfam to help them. Now, here I really want to say thank you to Sylvain and Isabel. If you are watching this, you're members of our community and you donated to that campaign. Thank you very much. Here's the story of what you made possible and how it is. There's a lot of lessons about learning English that came from this event. So, this was one of the most difficult things that I have done in my life, but it was also one of the most satisfying things. So it's a bit like, learning English. Maybe you feel like it's super difficult, but there are so many rewards there for you. And today I want to share that adventure with you and what it can teach you about improving your English. So, when my team and we started on this walk, we're excited and full of energy and super motivated, just like you when, you start maybe a new program in English or you just start to get really serious about it. You're super motivated. But then, in our walk, it's like the first, 20 minutes into the walk, like the rain just started pouring down and we were like, this is not gonna be easy. And that's like English, because you're super motivated, but then really quickly what happens? Real life. And so you make progress slower than you would like to. It's difficult. You're not always, in the perfect conditions, but you just have to keep moving forward. And that's what we did. So, we kept going and, sometimes there were hills and it was a little difficult. Sometimes it was flat land and it was easier and we were moving faster. And again, it's just like learning English. Sometimes you have to face the hills in your learning. You're going to move slower. It's going to feel more difficult. And then sometimes there are days when you feel like it's easy and you are great in English. And that is just a part of the adventure. So then we hit the 20 and the 30-kilometer mark. And we felt good because we could see that we were making progress. Of course, there's a lot of energy and effort that went into that. But getting to those milestones was really motivating. And again, that's like in English, like when you start to see your progress, you feel that motivation and you want to keep going because you see that you can do this. But then we started to feel, the fatigue, to feel tired and feeling that it's, becoming more difficult to keep going and to, keep up that energy and that motivation. So we had to find new ways to motivate ourselves and, not feel ashamed of doing things that in normal life would be a little ridiculous. And it's just like in English, when you get to the point where you start feeling like it's difficult, sometimes you have to change what you're doing. You might need to try new things and not be afraid of feeling a little silly. And then we hit the 50-kilometer mark. So we're halfway through this thing. We've been walking for 15 hours. It's nighttime, we're tired, we're hungry, we're, kind of worried like, wow, can we continue doing another 50 kilometers in the night? And it's like we were starting to feel really slow and heavy and kind of losing that motivation. And in English, that's what we call the intermediate plateau that we've talked so much about, where you get to that point and you feel stuck. At around that point, one of the members of our team decided that he wanted to stop the event. He wanted to stop the walk, stop the hike. He wanted to quit the team because he just felt like it was too difficult, like the physical pain, it was too much. And that was just creating, a lot of, he wasn't right in the right mental place to continue going. And, like in English, sometimes you get to that intermediate level and that's enough. And you feel like you don't have the energy or the motivation to continue going all the way to an advanced level. And you can still be proud of your accomplishment. We told our teammate, hey, you made it 65 kilometers. That is still a great accomplishment. Go and get some rest now. We just want you to feel better. And sometimes in English, you just need to take a nice rest and stay at that intermediate level. Maybe it's enough for you, but maybe you want to keep going. And so that's what we did. There were 3 of us now, and we kept going through the night, despite the fatigue, the fear, because that's really scary walking alone, like not alone, but walking, through the forest and through fields when it's totally night. But we knew that we had our goal and we were determined to reach it. And even though we were taking more breaks and we were being slower, we kept going. Like in English, sometimes you feel disappointed, you feel frustrated, you feel like you're not making the progress that you want to, but you just have to keep going because you know what your goal is. And then we made it through the night. We saw the sun start coming up and you feel like, yay, we made it. We're getting to our goal. And then you look at your watch and you realize that, we realized we still had like another 10 hours left to continue walking. And that right there, that was the hardest part for me. Like I was just, Youssef, my teammate, he just looked at me. He was like, are you okay? Because I looked like a zombie, basically. I was like in this difficult place mentally. And like when you're learning English, sometimes you get into those difficult places and you're not sure that you want to continue, and you realize how much more you have to learn, how much you don't know. And you just think like, I don't know if I can do this, but you keep going. When we were in that place, that difficult place, we realized that if we had tried to do this event alone, none of us would have succeeded. We all would have abandoned. We never would have gotten to, at this point we were at about 80 or 90 kilometers now. And without the support of our teammates and the encouragement, that would not have been possible. And it's, again, like in English, to help you to keep going and to continue learning and to get through the frustrations and the difficulties, sometimes you need the support from other people. Maybe it's an English buddy or a teacher or a coach or just a community, but they can help you do things that you never imagined possible. And so now our team was getting closer to our goal, and that, realizing we were almost there gave us a boost of energy and, an extra spark of motivation, and we were excited that we were finally going to achieve our goal. We knew it was going to be possible. We just had to continue for a little bit more, but we realized we had overcome so many difficulties. And again, it's like in English. If you keep with it, if you have someone to support you, if you get through the difficult moments, you can do, things you never thought possible. So in the end, we finished the 100-kilometer walk in 29 hours. Now, the maximum time to finish it was 30 hours. So we were not the fastest team, but like when you're learning English, it's not a competition. You don't have to compare yourself to other people, but compare yourself to you and what you're doing, where you were in the past and where you are today, and look at everything that you accomplished and really feel proud of that. And then in the end, remember to, of course, celebrate the goal that you reached, but also celebrate that journey that you took to reach it. And so that is what I learned doing this 100-kilometer walk. Like I said, the hardest thing I did in my life, but it was also one of the most memorable experiences. And I hope that this journey of learning English for you might feel difficult. It might feel exciting at times, but it might feel really frustrating at times. But if you continue and you keep at it, I can promise you, you are going to have fantastic experiences, fantastic memories, and fantastic rewards. All right, that's my little story. I just wanted to share that with you because it was really something that was important for me. And I thought a lot about you guys during that event, as you can see. If you've ever done an event like this or any kind of event where you achieved something that you never thought was possible and you were proud of yourself, no matter how big or small it was, share that with us in the comments because I would love to hear about how you have reached some maybe goals that seemed impossible, but you realized you could do it. All right, guys, thanks a lot. And I will see you next week for a regular episode. Have fun.